Pedophiles are detested by everyone in society.
Real.
Pedophiles are detested by everyone in society, including the police. But what happens when those policemen realize that their colleagues are actually pedophiles?
Tear shatters. What the fuck?
No, my name's not Paul.
Whatever you're doing, it's a bad idea.
Here are 3 instances when cops found out their colleagues were pedophiles. Starting with
Love
Ralph
yogurt.
Shorty, who at that
You gotta be a little zesty to eat yogurt.
time was an Oklahoma senator. On March 9, 2019, police officers received a report that a man had taken a juvenile with him into a motel room. So the cops arrived at the scene and headed for the
What
hotel
the
door,
fuck?
silently pleading that the report was false.
Hey, and it's more.
Yeah, bro. If you ever bored, shut up. You're like, I'm bored. I have nothing to do. Every registered sex offender in your area, their address and everything, you can pull them up and watch them and do and go to their house and throw like you can. I'm not gonna. Yeah, that makes sense. Listen to the song after the stream. Good idea, Mitty. I'm glad you had to speak that out.
Police department, man. We just need
I
to
have
check on your
nothing to
welfare, make
do.
sure you're okay.
No excuses.
After
There's
several
always
knocks,
something to
the door
do.
was opened up, and the
There's always registered sex offenders in your area that haven't been harassed. And a joke in Minecraft, I would never promote that.
juvenile stepped out of the room, leaving the officers laser focused on the man.
What the fuck?
Come out before you get me worried. Show me your hands.
Okay.
Take a seat on the.
What's going on?
What's going on with you, man?
Just trying to have
A good time? Yeah. What's your name?
What the fuck?
Ralph what?
Ralph was ushered back into the room, and while the officers looked around, one officer
During
assumed that
summer.
Ralph didn't fully understand the situation he was in.
Well, I'm sorry, guys. You're kind of freaking me out a little bit.
Yeah, that's what we do. He's 17. What do you mean, okay? Okay. But you got a 17-year-old hanging out with you.
Ralph had taken a 17-year-old male into his hotel room at 3 a.m. and was
The
now
3 a.m.
informed as
challenge?
The cops further explained his situation.
I'm telling you, he's 17. Like, I wouldn't lie to you. Like, what sense does it make me lie to? But listen, whatever you're doing, it's a bad idea.
For real, bro.
The officers wanted
That's
no
so
explanation
sketch.
from Ralph and concluded that they had all they needed to know, but they couldn't have been more wrong, especially considering they didn't even know the true identity of the man they were lecturing. A few days after the incident, Ralph was invited for questioning, and the interaction unexpectedly opened up multiple closets in the case.
Well, how did y'all meet?
At the coffee shop.
At-
I'm pretty sure of that.
What coffee shop are you?
That's my guy. I own a coffee shop.
What is it?
It's called Holy Grounds Coffee.
Oh, shit.
And the night that he called me, he said you just need to get out of his house. I'm assuming I thought he had told me that he lived with some friends, and he had told me in the past that it was hard for him to get clean because he was always with his friends that living with him.
What a weird story.
Ralph mentioned that he met the teenager in his coffee shop a year ago and they became friends. He also stated that
So you met him when he was 16? What the fuck?
on the night of the incident, he decided to house the teenager in the motel after the teenager informed him that his roommates were drug junkies. He
Me.
was trying to get clean. Ralph also claimed that he and the teenager usually communicated through phone calls, but he soon realized that the cops had a different story of their own.
You said he's come to your house several times to play video games.
I think just once.
Come to your house once to play video games.
Oh
and you guys
god,
met at the
so
coffee shop.
that's so fucking disgusting. So they've hung out before and they've had interactions before.
Okay. What if I said that he told you you guys met through a Craigslist ad the very first time when he posted in Casual Encounters?
No.
Okay.
Through Craigslist? Bruh.
Ralph's response to that question was a clear sign that he wasn't expecting them to have that information, and it sent him into a great shock.
How old is your youngest child?
5 months.
Okay. So he's telling me that when he first met you through Craigslist, that he had posted an ad in Casual Encounters, and that he had a lot of responses for it, but that you said that you wanted him to mess around with your wife while you watched. He said that he showed up to do that, or you guys got together and started talking about that. He found out your wife was pregnant, and then said that it never happened because she was pregnant.
The juvenile
What the fuck? Dumb as that, man. I mean, no, the child was using a Craigslist, but like he knew about it. Welcome back, Crow. I'm 26.
Posted a casual encounter
Yeah.
ad on Craigslist when he was 16, and Ralph responded saying he wanted the teen to mess around with his wife while he watched. But that never happened because Ralph's wife got
That's
pregnant shortly after.
insane.
And this story seemed to add up because the teenager was 17 now, and Ralph
What up,
had a
Star?
5-month-old child. Ralph denied this being true, as expected, but the detectives were just getting started.
He has a conversation that he says he had with you using an app called Kick. You know
Oh
what it is?
no! Oh no! His Kick DMs are coming out! This man's vile. He's a pedophile. Lock him up. Listen, if back in when like this is like probably like 2015, 2014-ish vibes, if a grown man had Kick back in 2014 to 2016-ish vibes, you were a predator. You were a pedophile. Bro, that's what it was for. The fuck Kick, yes.
Okay. Well, there's a pretty lengthy conversation on his tablet that he says is with a guy that is you, that he that is an online or the Kick.
Flashbacks
Jamie
real.
Tilly. And you told
Real.
officers that night that that's what your online.
He calls me Jamie,
Uh-huh.
and I'm not sure why.
Okay.
The cops explained to Ralph that they had chats between the teenager and a man with username Jamie Tilly, and although Ralph disclosed that the teenager had called him Jamie, it wasn't enough proof that Jamie Tilly was Ralph, but the cops came well prepared. And
What he
one step
do?
ahead.
They caught him in a hotel room with a minor, and then now they're interrogating him after his arrest, and basically they're springing all this information on him.
We've got a conversation between him and this Jamie Tilly about, he says, I need money for spring break. Jamie Tilly says, I don't really have any legitimate things I need help with right now. Would you be interested in sexual stuff? He says, yes.
What?
This goes on about how I come get you, blah, blah, blah. He says, okay, I'll be down the street, a couple houses, in about 10 minutes or so. He says, okay, let me know so I have an idea.
He met this kid off Craigslist, and then, oh my god, this is so crazy how this works. Like, bro, literally pedophiles don't just work through TikTok and seeing kids on the street and Facebook. Craigslist, to Kick, to in person. This shit is insane.
Person says I-35 about to exit at 4th Street, and then it says I'm here. Well, we've got a witness. Pardon me. We've got a witness that sees him get in a white Grand Cherokee, and they follow that white Grand Cherokee to the hotel. Well, first to 4th and Eastern.
Before entering Ralph's white Cherokee, the teenager was confronted by a female friend whom he refused to tell where he was going. So when the teenager got into Ralph's car, the female friend, now a witness,
What the fuck?
followed them to the motel till they got
He
into
put
their
in.
room.
Bro,
and then
so
called
much. And
teenager's
the thing
dad.
is, by the time they meet up with one, it is not their first time, chat. It is not. Time and time again, by the time they meet up with one, they've had messages, they worked their way up, they have failed meetings, they've done different things, pictures, all kinds of nastiness. This was not, like, you know what I mean?
who in turn called the police.
For real,
At this
Lundy.
point,
W
the
friend.
cops had
Be that
all
friend,
the
Chad.
evidence they needed to put Ralph away, but they wanted one more thing from him: a confession.
I don't want to be here not giving you an opportunity to set it straight and tell the truth.
It doesn't sound like anything I say is going to help.
Okay.
Prosecutors disclosed that
Damn.
Ralph had sex twice with a teenager before the night of the incident. Ralph blamed the teenager for trying to ruin his life, and that held no water because the teenager had no idea that Ralph was a senator. But to no one's surprise,
He was a
Ralph
senator?
resigned from his seat 13 days after the incident.
Wow.
On September 18th, 2017, Ralph was sentenced to 15 years in prison and 10 years of supervised release.
A
And although
senator.
Ralph's case was terrible, this next case involved a deputy sheriff who desperately needed a lawyer.
Can I ask, is this something I should have lawyers on?
In April 2020, police
Listen.
received an anonymous
Listen, if you're a pedophile, burn, go to hell. suck a dick. Actually, don't suck dick. Kill yourself. Fucking curb stomp yourself. Jump in a, drink bleach. I don't know, whatever. But in any other crime, chat, always ask for a lawyer. Never talk to the cops.
Anonymous tip that an officer, Jalen Devon, had engaged
Oh, yeah.
sexually with a minor.
He touches
Jalen,
kids.
unaware of the report, arrived at the county sheriff's jail where he worked.
I love when
and was invited
they
to
get
the interrogation
unexpected.
room, where he would discover the
Unexpectedly
unfortunate reality
interrogated.
that awaited him.
We're actually doing an investigation on some allegations that we have to obviously look into. You're a law enforcement officer, so you know that we look into everything.
After reading him his rights, the detective began questioning Jalen on his personal life to build rapport and make him feel at ease and unthreatened.
Cool. And I hear your schedule recently changed. How do you feel about the schedule change?
Yeah. 7, 12 and a half in a row. Kills you. 7 off is nice, but it flies by.
Jalen somehow divulged personal
7
information
off?
to the detectives, probably with the thought that they were insignificant and unimportant to the case with the minor. But he would soon realize that they would become a huge asset later on in the interrogation.
And I know when it comes to Facebook, you connect it to an email address. And then your Instagram account, what, same email?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. And I know sometimes with Snapchat, they'll have you either sign up with a phone number
Something like
or
that
an
so
email.
easily.
I believe it's my phone number.
With seemingly innocent motives, the detectives now had Jalen's email address and phone number. But while he answered
Damn.
all questions, his arms were crossed and he was swaying in his chair, clear signs that he
Defensive
was
posture.
nervous. And that
Closed
made
off,
sense
leaned away
because
from him.
Jalen was a police officer. So he knew if he was in the interrogation room and wasn't the one asking questions, he was in for something big.
I will ask what this is about.
Yeah, so we're looking into some allegations that were made. We're kind of, it started with a Crime Stopper report, so we're just kind of
Okay.
going from there. We did receive a picture that, when we looked into it, it looks similar to you. So I don't know if you can take a look at the picture and just tell me if you've seen this picture. Oop, so this picture right here.
Yeah, that's definitely me with the Grossmore.
Okay, so this picture right here, how old were you when it was taken?
I don't know, 20?
20?
7
Have you ever
years
used
ago.
this picture on any
Jeez.
social media site?
I
Took
think it was
share.
Snapchat back in the day, yeah.
Okay.
Back in the day.
Have you ever shared this picture with anybody on Snapchat?
Yeah, probably with my wife, to be honest. I mean, obviously I talked to other girls back in the day too, but I can't remember. Right off
Okay.
the head.
The
Damn.
detective showed Jalen a picture of him connected to the reports, and he denied sending them to anyone else other than his wife and some girls on
Public
Snapchat a long
executions.
time ago.
For real.
While answering the
Vloggings.
questions, Jalen kept his eyes down and avoided the
I
detective's
mean, he is a
gaze.
ginger, so he's
That
surprised.
wasn't going to go unnoticed.
Why is he
Photo
preying
came
on
up in
minors?
connection with some
The world
allegations
of age, like what the fuck
about you
exactly,
communicating with a younger
Chad?
female on Snapchat.
Okay.
Have you ever communicated with any females that we've already recognized that yes you have with
Yeah,
your
wife,
recruit
so.
from the past? Is there anyone else you've communicated with on Snapchat?
I mean, back then, no, just close friends and coworkers and stuff like that.
Anyone
Jeez.
recently?
No.
Oh no, Chad, no soul behind those eyes.
This was Jalen.
But that's why I never send a message. I never, ever sent anything that, I'm not ready to resurface. I'm not ready to come back up. On any of my social medias, on any of my messages, texts, I mean, do I want it, if I said something privately, about my feelings or emotions to someone, do I want that to, come up? At the same time. What's the backstory? Well, let me just stop the stream, rewind it so you can know the backstories. And it's okay. This guy's just a pedophile, bro. That's pretty much all there is to it, and they're confronting him about it.
Jalen's 5th year as
He's
a police
caught here.
officer, and he had been trained
5
for
years
half a
in.
decade in the art of remaining calm and even concealing his emotions when necessary. The one-word reply, closed body language, and evasion of eye contact all rang alarms to the detectives that there was something he didn't want them to know. But he quickly realized that they knew a lot more than he thought.
Well, along with the photo came some
Jeez.
additional information about your personal life.
Okay.
And based on some of the information you shared with me today, it
Cops
seems
and
to add
government
up.
workers.
So is there any reason why the person would say they're you and share your information?
Sounds like it'd be someone that knows me then. obviously. I don't know who. I don't have any enemies that would be doing something like that.
While
Enemies.
interrogating suspects, detectives have the permission to lie about
That's
having evidence that
crazy.
convicts the suspect.
Isn't that scary,
So the
chat?
suspects feel helpless and come clean. Being a cop, Jalen knew this all too well and decided not to call their bluff.
And he never
To double
asked for a
down and
lawyer.
claim it was an enemy who shared his info. The only way he'd know
That's
the detective
insane,
wasn't bluffing
bro.
was if she somehow knew the exact details that he shared with the minor.
Can I ask what information was shared? What they know?
We know that you're a baseball player.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people know that.
Yeah. So that information was kind of shared.
Okay.
Okay.
Your work schedule.
It's been 5 years that I've worked here.
Bro, why does he sound so defensive? It's been 5 years that I've worked here. Bro, what the? That sounds so chat, am I tripping or do these responses sound defensive? Please.
5 years that I've worked here.
Specifically the transition to
I'm in
7 days
shock.
on, 7 days off.
How's makeup coming out though?
I haven't shared anything like that recently. I couldn't tell you who that would be.
Stiff-bodied, breathing into his chest and arms wrapped around himself
He's
for comfort.
nervous.
Jalen realized he mistook the detective's friendly personality for ignorance.
He's
Now
nervy.
that things were only going
Yeah,
to get
bro.
worse.
Literally, the interrogators of police will almost come off willfully ignorant. Like an old boomer ignorant person. Don't ever fall for that, chat. Don't ever fall for that.
So
I got you,
I know
Star.
as an athlete,
Sussy boy.
you know, sometimes when I would do my usernames and stuff, I would kind of use a combination of my things that I know about myself, right? So that way I wouldn't forget it. So this particular picture came from an account with this username, right? J178211. Okay? And I recognize that your jersey name in college was 17.
Yes, it
And
was.
then high school was 82. And it was 11. In
I
2011.
never had 11.
No, as far as you graduated in 2011.
I did, yeah.
And it goes by
Jeez.
J. And it is a Snapchat account that has some links to you.
Okay.
Okay? To
Bruh.
be honest, I want to know the truth.
Yeah, no, I never even heard of that account.
Okay.
The Snapchat account that shared Jalen's
Damn.
picture and personal details with the minor was J178211. The combination of his name, 17 being his baseball jersey number in college, 82 his jersey number in high school, and 11 stands for his graduation year of 2011.
Damn, bro.
On top of that, it was linked to Jalen's email address and phone number.
Partisan.
After
Oh, they
several
do,
questions,
Maxie. They
Jalen
do.
asked for a lawyer, although regrettably a little too late. The case
For
involved
real.
4 victims between the ages of 12 and 14, with prosecutors contending that
4?
there were more than 41 victims who couldn't be tracked down to verify their ages. Jalen pleaded guilty to 18 felony and 2 misdemeanor charges and
18?
was sentenced to 12 years in state prison. While Jalen eventually pleaded guilty to his crimes, the next cop's denial was on
Oh
an
my
entirely different level.
god.
Listen, I'm out here. I know what you're right here to do. I'm not here to do nothing.
On August 15th, 2020, 2
Holy
men had agreed
crap,
to meet up at a
18.
store after
That's
talks
just
on a dating
18
platform.
they could track down and charge him what they said. So like they went through his social medias, his phones, found all these underage girls he was talking to, went to the correct channels to get tracked to their parents, to their actual accounts. Because people use fake names, fake users, delete accounts, won't respond. Like if a kid gets a message from a cop, so like basically the people they could actually get a hold of from his socials, 18 felonies and then 2 misdemeanors.
But upon making contact, they weren't so happy to meet each other.
Hey, what's going on? What you here for? How you doing? What's your name? Paul. Paul? Yeah. What you right here for? What's that? What you right here for, Paul? Me? Yeah. I'm here to meet some of my friends. Get Here some to gas. meet. Here to meet your friends?
The man in the car identified himself as Paul, and he acted quite strangely for someone approached by a
Damn.
person he had planned on meeting. But that was because the person with the camera wasn't the person he thought he'd meet there, and
Bro,
he was in for something.
Pedophiles are so stupid, bro. Pedophiles are like, yeah, I'll meet you at this gas station in the middle of the night and get in your truck. I mean, I guess kids do this, bro. Like, Honestly, bro, I've talked to some people, some friends, some of you guys in the community, and you guys have told me some fucking horror stories of shit that's happened to you guys when you were teenagers, high schoolers. And a lot of it, guys, you honestly, myself included, we brought on ourselves by being immature, hanging out with adults, being around people we shouldn't be around, and getting in sticky situations. Like, this is kind of scary. Man, it makes you fucking want to think twice about having kids sometimes.
Big.
I'm here to get I'm here to get turkey hill iced tea. Some cash. Why? Oh, don't keep your hands where I can see them. Who are you?
20 seconds into the strange interaction,
Jeez.
and Paul's story had changed from meeting friends to getting iced tea.
Me.
The man with the camera wasn't in a police uniform, but Paul put his hands up anyway.
Exactly.
Obvious
Damn,
signs that
you
he was
motherfucker.
nervous and had been caught doing something he wasn't supposed to.
I'm out here. I know what you're right here to do.
I'm not here to do nothing.
Listen.
I'm here to get a Turkey Hill iced.
You hit up one of my decoys already.
No.
The man with the camera,
No.
Musa Harris, had logged into an online dating platform and appeared as a 15-year-old boy, only to be messaged by Paul that night to meet up at the store for some type of sexual pleasure.
Jesus.
So Paul arrived at the store hoping to find a teenage boy, but instead he was stared in the face by a predator catcher.
Got the wrong guy.
Buddy, Paul?
No. My name's not Paul.
You just said Paul.
No.
You just said your name Paul.
My name's not Paul. You got the wrong guy, buddy.
The man had faked his
Jesus.
online persona so well that it was the first answer his brain could think of in this hostile situation. But when he realized the extent of the situation, he tried so hard to dissociate himself from the persona that his brain entered a flight mode.
What's
Wow.
good, man? What's up? What's up? There's another one right here.
You're not playing no homie game with me. You're not playing no game.
Got one again right here.
You're not playing
No-
no game with me.
Jeez.
Get your ass out of here.
The predator catcher had struck again.
Wow.
But at the time, he didn't know exactly what he had caught.
I see
The man
Joe
he
too.
caught was
What the
ex-police
fuck?
officer Leonard Galley, who was terminated 3 years before this incident for breaking office protocol. Galley was sentenced to
Wow.
1 to 2 years in prison and 5 years of probation. He was
Jesus.
ordered
Put it in my mouth. What is that? All right, I can't get distracted.